Hey, and welcome to day 6. It's October 6th, and so I have been thinking about vulnerability. And this past weekend, I mentioned to someone I really care about, someone who I'd ultimately really love to love, and maybe someone who I could be with for a long time, that I wasn't ready to be in a relationship yet. Because I had all of these things I wanted to figure out first. That I had made this amazing strategic plan to do this 90-day recovery journey, which I didn't tell him about, but just that I didn't want to be in a relationship now because I didn't feel like I was in a space in my recovery to bring someone into that. He pushed back that was bullshit and that vulnerability was something that he was attracted to and that he wanted from me. And we've spent a lot of years together. We've known each other for a long time, and we both went through our divorces at the same time. And so we do know that life's hard. And he's seen that, and I know that he means what he says. But I got instantly deflective, and I reacted to the fact that he just doesn't understand what he's asking me to share. And I felt that way a lot when I was married. I got married at 22, just turned 22, and my eating disorder started when I was 17. And I had a really hard time sharing with my ex about my eating disorder. Even though he was in the medical profession and he was becoming a doctor, and he got it scientifically, and he got the treatment side of it, and he got that it was a mental illness, and then it was an addiction, and there's genetics and the importance of medicine. And like, in comparison to my Christian upbringing, it was really nice to have someone understand it from a scientific point of view. It made it feel less personal and less shameful, and that I didn't really have a lot of control, that this was something I was predisposed to, and it was just about getting the help that I needed and the treatment I needed. So I really appreciated that about my ex, but still, when it came to the emotional side of things and the like messed up, shameful, addictive part of it that you hide from people and you feel like people just don't get unless they're in your support group, or have had it themselves, it's like asking someone to show you the ugliest part about themselves. And I try to communicate that to him. Like, I spend a lot of time feeling like I've got things put together or trying to make things make sense for myself. And you're asking me to just show you this side of me that I don't have control over, that is hard, and I don't know when I'm going to have a hard day or when I'm going to have a hard week, or I could feel like I'm doing great today, but I know after 13 years of dealing with this, like, I could have a bad day tomorrow. I could binge tonight. As much as I understand my triggers and I have a lot of recovery, I still have a healthy understanding that your eating disorder can get hard at any moment and it can come back up. And so to bring someone into that and to be willing to share that with them, I was just like, no, like, I want to have these three months. And that was partly why I wanted to do this. Like, I wanted to have some space from my disorder. I wanted to have 90 solid days of like good recovery, and like, I know that could happen, and I've had it before, and I've had longer times, but I wanted to have that as a surety that like I was going into a relationship really responsible and managing my illness. And he just said that wasn't actual vulnerability, and that I was just trying to create barriers. And again, I realized I was just trying to make everything in a neat, tidy package. Like, no, not yet. Like, I want to be in my training program for running. I want to figure out some finance things. Like, I finally have my own apartment. I finally have a job, but like, I still have this propensity to like package myself up and make sure that I look neat and tidy to people before I let them in. And I honestly don't know like how to knock that habit off. Like, there are a few people that I've learned to be really honest with, and I let myself just knock it out of bed. When you're having a really hard day, and especially during this freaking year and the pandemic in 2020, and being unemployed and not having home of my own and income for about 6 months of it, after just moving and deciding like I was going to start my life and just getting divorced. Like, the fact that I made through it with like pretty decent recovery was huge, but still, it's like, no, 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 like I want to be making a little bit more money. I want to like be a little fitter, or I want to just be in a better space with my recovery is all just like a way of still trying to have everything controlled and managed. So vulnerability is something that I've been thinking about, and I'm gonna try to try to be more honest about and not have so neat and tidy. I started an Instagram handle called recovering_rai, where I just started posting photos of nature that I saw when I'm outside. I moved back home to Washington to feel grounded and to feel like reclaim a sense of home after being away for 10 years. And it felt nice just to post like okay photos of nature outside that makes me feel like I belong somewhere. I am home now.